You know, they say that London's fog is so thick you can spread it on your toast for breakfast. It's a good thing we Brits love our toast, isn't it? But let me clarify. London's fog isn't just a breakfast spread, and it's certainly not just a fashion brand. It's a quintessential part of London's charm. Imagine waking up to a city veiled in a misty blanket. The fog, like a coy maiden playing hide and seek with the iconic landmarks. One moment you see the top of the Big Ben, and the next, it's as if it's been swallowed by a giant cloud. It's akin to a captivating magic performance where the mysterious hand behind the scenes never discloses its secrets. But don't let the fog fool you. Beneath that grey shroud, London is a city of vibrant contrasts. It's where centuries-old history coexists with cutting-edge modernity. It's where the grandeur of the Buckingham Palace rubs shoulders with the street art of Shoreditch. It's where the solemn silence of the British Museum is punctuated by the lively chatter of a nearby pub. And let's not forget the people. Londoners, they're a breed apart. They can grumble about the weather, the tube, the football, and the next moment they'll be sipping their tea or pint as if they haven't a care in the world. It's this nonchalant resilience that's as much a part of London as its fog. Of course, the fog has its practical implications too. It's a natural Instagram filter for your photos, a convenient excuse for being late to work, and a perfect backdrop for a Sherlock Holmes-inspired mystery. So you see, London's fog is not just about low visibility and high humidity. It's an integral part of London's identity, its character, its allure. It's what makes London, well, London. So if you're planning on visiting, bring a coat, a hat, and a sense of humour. You're going to need them. Ever try to make a British Queen's Guard laugh? It's harder than trying to find a seat on the tube during rush hour. Now, you might think I'm pulling your leg, but let me tell you, those chaps are as serious as a teapot in a tea shop. And they've got the kind of poker face that would make Lady Gaga green with envy. Picture this. You're standing there pulling out all the stops, doing your best chicken impression, and they're just standing there stoic as a stone statue. Not a smile, not a chuckle, not even a hint of a smirk. It's like trying to make a Buckingham Palace wall crack a smile. Talk about the ultimate poker face challenge. But don't let that deter you. After all, it's all in good fun. You might not get them to laugh, but you'll certainly give the tourists a good chuckle. But hey, at least both will give you a good story to tell back home. Did you know Big Ben is not actually the name of the tower? It's the bell inside. Talk about a major identity crisis. Yes, you heard it right. That iconic symbol of London, the one you've seen in countless movies and on postcards, is living a lie. The real name of the tower is the Elizabeth Tower, but hey, who's going to remember that when Big Ben just rolls off the tongue so much easier, right? But don't be too hard on yourself if you didn't know this. Even some of the locals get it wrong sometimes, and let's be honest, the name Big Ben does have a certain ring to it, doesn't it? Pun absolutely intended. The misnomer doesn't end with Big Ben. Oh no, let's take a stroll down the Thames and visit the London Bridge. Now, many of you might be picturing that majestic, Gothic structure with the two towers, but that's the Tower Bridge. The actual London Bridge is a much more modest affair. It's almost as if it's saying, I'm just a simple bridge doing my bridge thing, no need for all the fuss. Now, let's hop over to Buckingham Palace. You might think it's named after some regal figure named Buckingham. Well, not quite. The palace is actually named after the Duke of Buckingham, who built the original house in 1703. And no, in case you're wondering, the Duke of Buckingham was not a royal. Talk about a real estate upgrade. And let's not forget the British Museum. Sounds like a place where you'd find all things British, right? Well, think again. The British Museum is actually home to a vast collection of world art and artifacts. It's almost as if they said, why limit ourselves to just British stuff when we can have all the cool things from around the world? So there you have it, folks. London, a city full of surprises and misnomers. A place where Big Ben is not so big, London Bridge is not falling down, Buckingham Palace is not royal, and the British Museum is not just British. So next time someone tells you they love the look of Big Ben, remind them that they're actually complimenting a 315-foot-tall fashion faux pas. The London Eye is like a Ferris wheel on steroids, but don't worry, it doesn't spin as fast. You can safely keep your lunch down. Now, don't let the London Eye's massive size fool you into thinking it's a thrill ride. It's more like a lazy Susan on a Sunday afternoon. A slow, leisurely spin that gives you a panoramic view of the city. You'd think with its colossal size it would rotate with the speed of a cheetah on a sugar rush. But no, it's more like a tortoise after a hearty lunch. It takes a whole 30 minutes to do one full rotation. That's slower than a snail hitching a ride on a sloth. It's so slow, in fact, you could knit a sweater, solve a Rubik's Cube, or even write a novel while you're up there. Well, a very short novel, perhaps more of a novella. On the bright side, it gives you plenty of time to spot all the places where you got lost in the city. So there you have it. London, the city where the guards won't laugh, the bells have identity issues, and the Ferris wheels are slow enough for a snail race. A place where the fog isn't just a fashion statement, it's practically a lifestyle. And let's not forget about the French fries, which are as British as the Queen herself. London, a city that's been playing the ultimate poker face challenge for centuries with its guards who've mastered the art of stoicism. The city where even the bells suffer from a serious case of mistaken identity, believing they're a Big Ben when they're just, well, bells. And of course, the city where the Ferris wheel moves at such a leisurely pace. You could hop off for a cup of tea and still catch the same cabin on its next round. But remember, despite its quirks, there's no other city quite like London. Just don't forget to pack your fog-proof glasses.